Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I just want to do a 6-month update about where I'm at freeforming and 3 things that I've learned about beauty and knowledge of self. So the first thing that I want to talk about is me not quite recognizing myself in the mirror. So even though I've been locking my hair for a long time, almost 10 years, freeforming is just so different. Like, it's so different and I look different. And I feel like when you have locks, like, people see that you have locks and they feel like it's super natural and all that stuff. Freeforming is another animal. To not really actually like touch your hair, like, and just like wake up and it's like, here I am, this is what I look like this is what my hair looks like. It's a whole nother different experience, and it's definitely like, I feel like it's just a lesson of like not knowing who you are, like, I feel like I know myself, I feel like I know what I look like, but like, since I've been freeforming, it's like, I really don't know what I look like if I don't do anything to myself. And what I look like is another person, like, I don't look like Loyalty, I look like somebody else. And I think that, like, that's really interesting, and that's just been like a journey and a revelation that, like, there's really layers to this, a whole lot of layers. And I did, I busted a move. I busted a move today, but when I'm not busting a move and I'm just waking up in my regular day-to-day where I'm really not doing anything to my hair, or even if I just like keep it in plaits, like, it just looks so different. And I feel like it's also I feel like it just pushes the boundaries a little bit further than what I thought I was comfortable with. Because I feel like before, when I was twisting my locks, when I had bad hair days or I didn't do my hair, or it was just looking nuts, I feel like, yes, I would uplift myself and be like, you know what, it doesn't matter, that's what I have locks for, I'm a Rasta, I'm good, I ain't gotta do all of that, whatever. But I think in the back of my mind, in my subconscious, I just knew, like, that's not what I technically look like. Like, I look bad today, my hair is not done today, but like, that is not my actual state of being. Like, I'm gonna get this done next week, like, I got this, I could get it done. As opposed to now where it's like, no, you're not gonna get it done. It's not gonna get retwisted. Like, this is what you actually look like. I think, like, that's a whole nother animal and something else to like look into and reckon with and find beauty in. Which leads me to number 2, terrifying beauty. So I have 4C hair, and so really the way my strands work, my strands are free. I don't have no curl pattern. They don't adhere to any kind of wave or anything. They come out zigzag, they come out straight, they come out super curly, they come out all kinds of ways. I have no curl pattern. And I feel like when you have people, black people with 4C hair, and they be freeforming and their hair just be looking wild, like they locks be combining, one big thing coming here, one small thing coming there, all kinds of things. Like, it's uncontrollable and it's really wild. And it's just so terrifying, and I just love it. The term dreadlocks come from an attitude, dreadlocks don't really have anything to do with, oh, your hair looks ugly, like your locks look ugly or anything like that. It really comes from the attitude, that your attitude is dreadful, that you are a problem for the colonizers, you're a problem for the Europeans. And there's been African groups who are known for their locks, and taking pride in their locks and taking pride in taking pride in resisting, and throughout history, all throughout Africa, you can find this in Asia and all types of things. When people go to war, people go to war and look terrifying. Like warriors would go to war and like paint their face and put on ugly masks and scowl, to intimidate the enemy. And so with locks, freeforming especially, I feel like being black and having this type of hair and freeforming, like I feel like it's really nice. And it's just, I feel like it's another kind of beauty, like I think it's beautiful, but I feel like it's, it's like a terrifying kind of beauty where it looks really beautiful and you are really fascinated and amazed by it, and at the same time, like, it looks wild, it's untamed, it's not in place, you know what I mean? It's not doing what you want it to do. And I think like that's really dope, and I feel like it's also made me think about nature, because when I look, these look like the way it do because, I've cultivated it for many years. But, if I show you my roots at this point, 6 months, my roots are just going brazy. So when I look at my hair, like the way it's actually growing, and when I look at other people who freeform, their hair really remind me of tree branches. It reminds me of like so many different things in nature. One morning I was really looking at my hair and it really reminded me of a spider web. And for me, I don't mess with no spiders. Some things in nature, I'm good. Like I ain't trying to mess with them. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of spiders. But I remember like just looking at myself and it was just kind of like, like how can you be scared of spiders or anything like that when you have a spider web on your head? Like I feel like, I feel like you could recognize yourself in the outside world, and you see the outside world in you, and I just feel like it just makes you, and I don't, a spider is terrifying, and I'm terrifying, I think about, in the Creed movie, where, it's like, yeah, this guy in the ring, he's dangerous, but I'm dangerous too, and so that's just what I kind of think about when it comes to that, like terrifying, dreadful, bout it energy when it comes to freeforming. And the last thing I want to talk about is still like an apprehension, I guess it must have to do with like just being raised in a society where it's a little nasty, it's a little nasty society a little bit, a little judgmental a little bit, and I feel like even though, like there's like levels to this. I remember when I first started wearing an afro. When I started wearing an afro, this was like high key before the natural hair movement went crazy, and like nobody in my school had an afro, you feel me? Like people was really just walking around with like weaves or perms or braids or whatever, so I was really like the only girl I seen in school walking around with an afro. And I think that, it's like a long journey, and through all those journeys of like seeing myself in different ways and like committing to myself in different ways, there's still apprehension, and I find that really interesting. You would think like, the person who, you would think the person who had all these revelations about freeforming would be like totally straight, and nah, like I feel like there's still doubt, there's still like, still looking in the mirror, and it's like, should I just cut my hair? I just posted the 3-month update, and this is at 6 months now, And I'm still like, yo, but I feel like the back of my hair looks ugly. Like like it's just so interesting. Like, you could go through like this path and still have some doubt, still have some apprehension, still have like questions and things of that nature. And I wonder if that actually ever ends, or this is just something that comes up and go away, comes up and go away. Thoughts that I have. So this is just my update. 3 things that I've learned so far, pondering about so far, and just wanted to share that with y'all. So thank you for kicking it with me, and like and share and subscribe. Thank you so much. Toodles.